Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices for the 21st of January, and starting with the DAX on the daily chart here. We are looking at a low being in place. As you know, we counted 5 waves down through here, so we call this low in here. Now the move up here, we're counting it as 5 waves. There's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for wave 1 and back for wave 2. But also too, I use the videos to explore all the possibilities. So there is still a possibility of a downturn, and from the top here, that would be wave 1 here, wave 2 here, and all of this is the 3rd wave here, and the 4th wave here pulling back to the 4th wave of 1 lesser degree. So basically failing at the 11,500 and moving down from that point. I don't think we have to worry about that, but we'll just put that there. We will know once we've got the 5 waves up, and then if we get 3 waves back here as a wave 2, then we know that we will be pushing higher from that point. The other side to this too is developing support on top of 11,500, which is the medium levels halfway between 10 and 13, 2 major trading levels. So support on this level here would also flip the bias to the upside. Anyway, we'll just leave that there for the time being, but as it goes so far, we'll be looking for a little move higher. So let's go in and have a look at this wave count from this current low on the 4-hour chart here. So in a nutshell, just keeping it simple, from the low here is wave 1 here and wave 2 here, and then looking up at wave 3 here and wave 4 there. That's okay. So wave 5 has pushed up a little bit stronger than I thought, so a bit of news there. And let's just move these guys a little bit higher through here. So we'll still be looking for an ABC correction once this little trend, this powerful trend here is completed. There's a couple of stepping stones here that we will need to talk about. One of them is the 11,300. So if I can just copy one of these here. So close enough, 100. That's what we say in Australia, near enough is good enough. So she'll be right, mate, and all that sort of stuff. So 11,300, that's a really important level here. If you know the trading levels, then you'll understand what the number 3 means, because if we get a nice tested support on top of the 3, then we're going to push up to the next level, which is 5. So 1, 2, 3, and 5 and 8 are Fibonacci numbers, and we use them as price ratio. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but a tested support on top of 11.3 will take us higher into 11.5. Markets like to use large numbers as psychological finishing lines, but one step at a time. So we need support on top of that level there. So with that in mind, I'll just save that, and we'll go into the hourly chart and look at this. So just bear with me a second. So we're looking at this here. I've moved this stop up here. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here and 5. So what I can say here is the trend will remain to the upside with the target of 11,500 if the market stays above the 11,200. It's okay for the market to come down and just push through the 11,200, like spike through it, so to speak, but we can't allow it to become, well, before moving out of this trade, if the 11,200 becomes the retested resistance, then we need to move out of it at that stage. The retested resistance, if I can just use this level here as an example, the market would come down to the 11,200, it would bounce off it, it would move through it, and then it would come back and retest it. So then this is where the stop would need to be under this point here, because if it breached it at this point, then we know that the 11.2 has been rejected and it will move down further from that point. But otherwise it will just move back up and move along like that. So we can allow it to spike below the 11.2, but then push up from that point there. So in a nutshell, we're looking at wave 1 and 2 in here, and all of this is the third wave to the 11,300. So we're really looking at this here being, yeah, just sort of doing something like this here, some sort of correction here, and then moving higher. Of course, we need to be mindful of the 11,400 area through here as well. It could fail at that particular point, but let's just see how we go with that. Moving into the tick chart here to look at this here, it's a little bit no need for us to really sort of look at all of this here, but 1 and 2 here, then 1 and 2 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to the third wave, fourth wave, and I won't go in and count all this for you, but this it counts quite nicely all the way up until this particular point in here actually. So in this space here, I can't draw on this side of the price, but I can draw on this side. So if the market's coming up here, 11,080 here, so this is coming into group 2, so we can expect some sort of little thing here, and then a move up into this space here. So that will be the wave 5 here of wave 3 here. If I can just move that across over here, push that over there, that will end up over that way there somewhere. So when we get to the 11,300, it's here that we'll see a corrective move here for wave 4, an A and a B and a C coming back. And like I said, it can come down to pierce through this area through here before moving back up. So it's a nice target area if you're looking for something. And the other markets are much the same as well. If we have a look at the French market here, we're looking at from the low here, 1 and 2, a little bit dodgy the old third wave here, but nice fourth wave here. And then we would also need to look at this here too. You know, maybe I can look at this as an A wave and a B wave and a C wave coming down through here. It's a little bit tricky to count this in here. We can take it from here, and obviously if the DAX is going to play out across the 11,300, well then we're going to see that play out across the 4.9 area through here, so we can expect a move back here. But I was thinking here that we've actually got, have I got some little guys here? Yeah, some labeling. So I was thinking here of one. And we should sort of get, in fact, I should have gone a degree higher there. Sorry about that. I should have been using these guys. So copy that, put that here, that here, that here, that here, that here. Oops, a daisy. So don't need these guys. I can use them a little bit further up there. And we can move that stop up there a little bit too. So we want to stay with the trend in this instance. And we'll use that 5,000. I mean, normally when we get support on 4.8, we can look at 5 here as the target. So let's just stay with this, keep the stop out of the way for the moment, and we'll head higher. And also the UK market. So with the UK market, the same as well. So from this low area here, we can still call it wave 3 here too, but we'll just dull that out a little bit now. Wave 1 and 2 and 1, anyway, all the way up for 3, ABC for 4, and then moving up for 5. So last time we spoke, we recognised that this was A, B and C here, so we came in really close here to get the long trade here, and would still see a little bit more. So we're at the 7,000, which is the old high here, so we can kind of expect it to start to flatline a little bit, and we'll see some type of correction here before pushing to the upside here. Okay, so and then we can look at any further distance to the upside at that point there. So this is our target area. So we want wave 4 and wave 5 to finish. So anywhere taking profit anywhere between 750 and 7100 would be fine. But yeah. And also too, we've got Italy. So over to Italy. We haven't traded this one. I mentioned that you can trade up here a little bit, but yeah, our main trade here was once these 5 waves here, 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 and 5, just like the other markets, and perhaps these should be 1 degree higher in blue as well, but we'll see how we go. So yeah, I'm not quite sure if we've got this here. I don't know if we've got this as 1 and 2 in here, and then 3 and 4 and 5, and we're very close to the top here, or we've got all of this as 1 and 2 and 3 here, and 4 and 5 and pushing up. You know, markets really like the large numbers here of 20,000. But as I mentioned before, in terms of trading levels, the 19,800 here, the 8 would be a target area, the first target area. And if you want to just take part profit there, that's fine, or all of it. And the next level is the 20,000 here. But of course, these will this market will turn with the other markets as well. So look at all of those. And just a bit of a guide stick on all of this too is that the S&P 500 at 2,700 is a 61.8% mark. So all eyes on the 2,700 because that's when all these other markets will turn and fold in the same way. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Cheers.